Good evening. Good evening. In just a few moments, we will begin the graduation ceremony for the Davison High School class of 2017. At this time, out of respect for our graduating candidates, we kindly ask that you turn all your cell phones off or at least set them to vibrate. The dignity appropriate to such an important. And ladies and gentlemen, just one last announcement. When pomp and circumstances begins, we ask that you please rise to honor our graduation candidates. We will begin our ceremony in just a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, your class of 2017. I'm going to ask that you please remain standing as two of our very own DHS vocal music students, Senior Cynthia Risch and Junior Gabrielle Slazak, sing our national anthem. Please come forward at this time. Be seated. Thank you, Cynthia and Gabrielle. That was absolutely beautiful. The national anthem is a reminder to us all of how blessed we are to live in America. And one of the most honorable choices a graduating senior can make is to commit to serving in one of our branches of the military to protect our country and to protect each one of us. Would our senior students planning to serve in the military following graduation please stand to be recognized? We are so proud of you. Good evening, parents, family, friends, brothers and sisters. I would like to welcome all of you to tonight's Davison High School commencement exercises for the graduating class of 2017. My name is Sue Kinkle, and it is my distinct privilege to serve as high school principal at Davison Community Schools. Today is truly a day for all of us to be filled with pride and joy. For what this group of young people has achieved throughout high school is profound. Graduation is a tremendous milestone in the lives of our young adults. Graduation is a time of celebration and admiration combined. It serves the dual purpose of recognizing the success of their kindergarten through 12th grade years, and yet fills us with admiration for what will be achieved and accomplished with this impressive group of young adults in the future. Tonight we celebrate and honor the Davison High School class of 2017. At this time, I would like to ask all of our members of the Davison Varsity Choir to join your colleagues up here in front, including all of our seniors, assemble on the risers in front of the stage for a choir performance. While the choir is preparing to perform, I'd like to say a few words about the cords many of the seniors are wearing this evening. The gold cords that many of our students are wearing are for academic excellence. The students wearing gold cords have achieved a cumulative GPA of 3 or higher. This accomplishment takes a lot of dedication and hard work, and they are to be commended for their high achievement. We are proud of the 197 students of the class of 2017 who have earned their gold cords. The white cords have been earned by students who have completed 120 hours of community service during their 4 years at DHS. The students wearing the white cords have given of their time to programs such as Outreach East, the Soup Kitchen, Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Humane Society, as well as a number of rescue and mission trips. This year, 86 Davison High School students have earned their community service cords for completing 120 hours or more of community service. The red, white, and blue cords have been awarded to the 14 senior members of our Student Council. Student Council is a governmental organization designed to help promote school spirit and leadership among students. Students are elected to their seats on Student Council, and the Student Council works together to raise funds, organizes fundraisers, plans social prom, school dances, and activity nights. I would also like to give special recognition to high school graduates who are active in the National Honor Society. They are identified tonight by the white NHS collars over their gowns that they are wearing. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for all of these students who have achieved academic excellence and are made a commitment to our community. Davison High School is very proud of our choral music department under the direction of Mrs. Jennifer Orkish. The varsity choir has been extremely busy as always with festival events and brings home high ratings every year. Each year, the music department prepares and performs a well-done musical utilizing our talented students under the direction of Mrs. Orkish. Not only is Mrs. Orkish a talented director, but as you are about to hear, we have a tremendously talented group of vocal music students. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the varsity choir under the direction of Mrs. Jennifer Orkish and accompanied by Mrs. Nada Rodovich, singing One More Day, arranged by Mark Weimer. Thank you. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you to our varsity choir. That was absolutely exceptional. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you very much. Talented they are. Davison Community Schools is fortunate to have an exceptional group of men and women willing to serve the community as members of the Davison Board of Education. I appreciate the opportunity to work with this group of elected officials and for the tremendous support they provide for us. They devote countless hours of their time working for Davison Community Schools to make it the best it can possibly be. It is through their wisdom, their dedication, their passion for our students, and vision for the future that Davison is one of the most respected school districts in the entire state of Michigan. I would like to share just a little bit with you about President of the Board of Education for the Davison Schools, Mrs. Kathleen Sudia. Mrs. Sudia is a dedicated leader and passionate about supporting Davison students and education in our community. She earned her bachelor's degree from Central Michigan University, and she has served on the Board of Education for Davison since 1989. Mrs. Sudia and her husband Bill have a long-standing relationship with the Davison Community Schools and are the proud parents of two Davison High School graduates, Adam and Nicole. Over the years, Mrs. Sudia has been actively involved in the high school's instrumental music department. She served as a band booster for a number of years and has represented the board as a member of the district's curriculum council, playing an active role in determining the curriculum taught in our schools. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our Davison School Board President, Mrs. Kathleen Sudia.
Thank you, Mrs. Kinkle. Good evening. Welcome to commencement ceremonies for the Davison High School class of 2017. It was a great year to be a senior at Davison High School. Let me tell you how I know you are all headed for success. It was the second year in a row that Davison Community Schools was named to the annual AP Honor Roll. It was a history-making year for the Science Olympiad team, which qualified for the state finals after receiving medals in 17 of 23 events at the regional event. And while the robotics team did not make it to the World Championship this year, it did finish its season ranked in the top 30th percentile in the state of Michigan. House of Cards also earned the Gracious Professionalism Award, which we think is pretty awesome. And DTV outdid themselves once again, this time bringing home not one, not two, but 3 student Emmys from the Michigan chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. The DTV crew also won the Spartan Award for the Best Newscast in the state from the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association. It was a sound year for our talented student musicians. The Davison High School Concert Band, Symphonic Orchestra, Wind Ensemble, and String Orchestra all received straight Superior 1 ratings at districts, and 3 of the 4 musical groups earned superior scores at state. It was the destination for the varsity choir, which It was all business, where 3 students placed first at international. The car also received was hosted at its annual car show, offering students up to $25,000 in scholarships. And who could forget homecoming, Cool to Care, Mr. Davison, and the DHS Talent Show. The Student Council and Key Club continued to concentrate their efforts on leadership and helping others, and the National Honor Society collected 121 pints of blood, in effect saving 363 lives for the American Red Cross. It was a great year for our staff, too, earning impressive awards, such as the Sagan League Teacher of the Year, VFW Teacher of the Year, and the University of Chicago's Outstanding Educator Award. It was the first year for the Cardinal Feeder, thanks to funding by the Davison Optimists to provide a place for students to grab a snack or meal. Other heartfelt projects were Valentine's for Veterans and the DHS Unified Champions, bringing students with and without disabilities together through education, sports, and youth leadership. It was a great year for sports, with many student athletes bringing home league, district, and regional titles, and even a few individual state championships. Our girls' bowling team brought home the state championship for the 5th time in 6 years. New school records were set, and more than 150 athletes earned all academic honors. We also had a number of athletes, 20, who signed letters of intent to play their sport at the college level. It was the year we celebrated our 52nd year of the musical, and the varsity choir and pit orchestra left the audience in stitches with its performance of Monty Python's Spamalot. And during your last 4 years, this class has volunteered 15,463 hours to community service projects in and around the Davison and Genesee County area. 86 of you have earned your service cords for volunteering at least 120 hours during your high school career. And last but not least, the class of 2017 was the first to begin what we hope becomes a new tradition, a walk back in time, visiting kindergartners while in caps and gowns on seniors' last day of school. What a well-rounded bunch. The graduating class has demonstrated a determination to be the best it can be, no matter what the playing field. You are a source of great pride to us and your community today. As you go out and make a name for yourself in the world, don't forget where you came from and that you are Davison made. On behalf of the Davison Board of Education, I wish this fascinating, talented, much success in the future. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Sudia. I'm sure all of you have seen the show, America's Got Talent. Well, I'm here to tell you, Davison's class of 2017 has talent. Thank you for all of those contributions that you've made during your journey at Davison High School. At this time, I would like to ask Senior Class President Noah Dieterle to join us on stage. Noah has been a legendary leader at Davison High School. He finishes his high school career with a notable 3.6 plus GPA. He has been active on the basketball team, served on student council, and has spearheaded school spirit in the Nest. Noah plans to study health sciences with the focus on the biomedical field as he ventures on to Grand Valley State University this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the class of 2017, Noah Dieterle.
This thing on. Class of 2017, this is an exciting day for us. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Noah Dieterle. It has been an honor to serve as your class president this year. I'm so proud of each and every one of you and what you have achieved. I can only imagine what the future holds for all of us. Doesn't it seem like only yesterday we were the innocent little freshmen rushing around the halls trying to find our classes and trying to avoid ending up in the pool on the 4th floor? Now we, the class of 2017, are the upperclassmen, and we are ready to walk across the stage and begin the next chapter of our lives. When we first entered the halls of Davison High School, we really had no idea what to expect. But here we are 4 years later, and we leave far more confident and much better prepared for our next steps. Throughout my years of high school, I've witnessed tremendous bonds and friendships being developed. I think a noticeable characteristic that our class has is the unique unity and spirit that we have among us. I love how every single one of us is so close. I want to take a minute to reflect on a memory that we all have as a class. I think this is one of my favorite memories. It was during the sophomore year pep assembly. We were in a tight battle with the seniors at the time for the spirit stick when one of our fellow classmates, I won't name any names, hopped out of the bleachers and jumped down onto the court. He then proceeded to stare down the seniors and do a little extracurricular activity. That moment set the tone for the class of 2017. From then on, there was a unique unity among us that is unmatched by any other class that I've ever seen. When we were in middle school, I remember hearing so many people talking about how successful our class would be, not just in the classroom, but outside of it as well. This year alone, our football team finished the regular season with an undefeated record. Our basketball team finished with 16 wins and a sweep over both of our rivals. Our wrestling team finished runner-up in the state of Michigan. Our hockey team finished with 20 wins. Our bowling teams both had extremely successful years, walking away with a girls' team state title and even a Miss Bowling award. And our band and orchestra took some awesome trips to showcase their music, and they came back from their competitions with some of the top ratings. The class of 2017 did not lack any milestone accomplishments. I think a lot of the small memories from high school are my favorite ones. I remember pulling an all-nighter in the high school parking lot during senior campout, and when about 8:30 in the morning rolled around, everyone started to line up at the doors for registration in order to get that coveted close parking spot. As everyone began crowding, someone turned on the speaker that we had and started to play a Miley Cyrus song. And as if it were planned, everyone there started singing together in harmony. Now, just imagine a ton of high school students packed into a small space singing Miley Cyrus. Now, although it was a small thing, in that moment, I truly did feel a bond as a class. Throughout our senior year, we have said many goodbyes, forcing us to face reality. When it sank in that we had a limited time together as a class, I made it my mission to cherish every moment I had left of high school. We have said goodbye to the halls that we filled 5 days a week, 180 days a year for the past 4 years. We said goodbye to our teachers that have been our rocks for 4 years. Some of us touched the field or the court last time. Make a difference because I know that you can. Now, before I wrap this up, I know that graduation speeches usually have quotes. I really sat down and thought of which quote to say, and I didn't want to bore you with cliche graduation quotes like, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," or "Shoot for the moon, even if you'll miss, you'll land among the stars." No, I remember the quote that I shared with my classmates in my campaign speech about fighting through adversity. As a wise man named Tupac once said, "5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled." Congratulations, my fellow graduates of the class of 2017. Wherever we go and whatever we do, when we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah Dieterle, for leading the class of 2017 through the year. It's always a pleasure of mine to introduce our faculty commencement speaker. Our graduates have selected this well-respected staff member to speak on behalf of this year's graduation class. Davison High School World Studies teacher T.J. Fischhaber began his teaching career in Davison High School in 2006. At the same time, he took his high school and college basketball experience and served as the Davison girls varsity basketball coach for several years. He continues to be a leader at Davison High School, co-chairing the World Studies School Improvement Team and oversees the Student Euchre Club. Mr. Fischhaber earned his high school diploma from Medical Lake High School in Washington State. He went on to play basketball, bachelor's degree from Siena Heights University. He continued with his education to earn a master's degree in curriculum and assessment design from Grand Canyon University. Mr. Fischhaber is the proud father of 3 children, ages 12, 8, and 6, and he cherishes his wife of 14 years, Dawn. I know he is proud and humbled by this honor 2017 has bestowed upon him as this year's faculty commencement speaker. Please help me welcome T.J. Fischhaber to the podium.
Good evening. Welcome to this commencement ceremony for Davison High School's class 2017. It is definitely an honor and privilege of mine to be your commencement speaker, and I thank those of you that voted for me to be in this position. It's not an honor I take lightly. But let's take a look at that term commencement for a second. That term commencement struck me as odd, especially when it's used to describe a ceremony such as this evening's. The term, as described by Siri, says that commencement, it means a beginning or to embark on, as if to suggest a journey. So why do we use this at the end of your high school career? Why are we celebrating an embarkment on your journey at the end of your high school career? And I think that it's because we're not actually here celebrating the end of your high school career. No, I think that we're here celebrating the start of the next phase of your life that we often call real life. The next chapter in your story is often referred to as real life, suggesting that everything up to this point has not been real. I take exception to that. The joys that you have felt, the heartaches, the pain, those are all real. The disappointments, nobody is trying to deny you those. Instead, I ask you to narrow your focus and zoom in with laser-like precision to your next purpose. I want you to ask yourself, why have you been here? Why were you created? And more specifically, the question I want you to ask yourself has to do with what? What are you going to do now? What are you going to become? What are you going to invent, discover, create, solve? Because remember, guys, not one day on this earth is guaranteed. That's why we call this the present. Each day is a gift. Now, I had the great honor of holding my father's hand as he was called up to be at home. Esophageal cancer had caused his liver and kidneys to begin to shut down and ultimately fail. But before he passed, we had a chance to talk, and I mean really talk. The kind of talking that takes place when they sweep away all of life's meaningless nonsense, and you can really focus on what matters. He told me that he was not afraid of death. No, death did not scare him, because he had overcome all of his petty fears throughout life, and he felt that he had done everything that he was meant to do. Because he felt so confident that he had done that, he didn't have any fears left. He had overcome those fears. He had an opportunity to do the things he felt he was meant to do, and over the next couple of days, he would take that opportunity to talk and say the things that needed to be said to his family. Now, there was a survey taken of patients with terminal illness in his hospital, and it revealed that most of them, you know what they feared more than anything? It wasn't death. All of those people facing their own mortality, that wasn't their biggest fear. Their biggest fear dealt with all of the things that they left undone, all of the things they didn't do, all of the I love yous that never got said, all of the hugs that never were given, all of the things that they didn't accomplish because of fear. Thief of people's dreams. It will steal your ambitions, it will stifle your creativity, and it will tell you that good, well, that's good enough. Let me tell you, friends, is the enemy of great. Because you see, failure will suggest to you that you're not worthy. Failure will suggest to you that you're not capable. It will suggest to you that you don't deserve to be great. That is the biggest crime of all. Real life is hard. You're going to fail. Most of you will fail multiple times. But what's worse is that many of you have been taught that, see, real life, it won't give you a redo. And I could not disagree with that more. If you're going into med school and you don't pass the MCATs on your first try, does that mean you will never be a doctor? I hope not. If you're going to take the bar exam and you don't pass on your first try, does that mean you just weren't cut out to be a lawyer? I hope not. Even the Navy SEALs, the world's most elite fighting force on the planet, who they have designed an entrance exam that is meant to crush your will, destroy your mental capabilities, and when you fail, do you know what they suggest you do? Try it again. Come on back. If you wash out, come on back, because you know what they believe? They believe that failure is a temporary mindset. Some of you are going to get knocked down, and while you're down, you'll start looking for excuses to stay down, not to get up, not to try again. If you listen to that doubt, if you listen to that fear that whispers in your ear, you tried, but gee whiz, you're just not good enough. You tried, but gosh, you're just not smart enough. Well, I tried, but I'm just not strong enough. Then you know what? Failure for you just became permanent. It was once said that the wealthiest place on earth are cemeteries because they're filled with a wealth of ideas that almost became reality. Inventions that almost got invented, songs that almost got written, masterpieces that almost got painted. How many diseases have almost been cured? I can't help but wonder, did the cure for cancer die with the person that almost figured it out? But because of fear, because of doubt, because of uncertainty, they took that to their grave with them. The world needs your greatness. We don't need your good. We don't need your almost. We need your greatness. So as I close, let me leave you with these thoughts. Please do not be the lamp that is placed under a basket because fear and doubt and uncertainty keep you from shining. Instead, change your perspective on failure. Go out into the real world and embrace each failure as it comes to you. Each time you get knocked down, get back up. Each and every one of you has individual greatness within you. Each and every one of you is meant to do great things. So be like that chunk of coal that only becomes a magnificent diamond after it is put under immense pressure for long periods of time. But it comes out a sparkling diamond. Thank you.
Played basketball. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Fischhaber. At this time, I'd like to invite the senior members of the symphonic band to join Mr. Schuster and the other band members in the back of the arena. While the band is preparing to play, I would like to recognize some staff members who have helped with tonight's graduation ceremony. I would first like to thank Denise Wisman and Dorothy Swain, who have been instrumental in the preparation for tonight's ceremony. They have spent countless hours on the details. Their hard work and dedication of these ladies working behind the scene is very, very much appreciated. Tonight we also have several members of our clerical staff, our security staff, district administrators, district teaching staff, and as well as our high school counselors participating and are helping with our ceremony. Many thanks to each of you for being part of the ceremony tonight. It's rewarding to our staff to be able to witness the accomplishments of the graduates before us. To our senior class sponsors, Mrs. Jody Abenage, Mrs. Leslie Long, thank you for your service and for guiding this spirited class to success. These ladies give unselfishly endless hours of time and leadership to orchestrate significant high school events, such as homecoming, powder puff, senior breakfast, and prom, and that's just to name a few. Thanks a million to these two who create great opportunities for our students at DHS. One other group I'd like to recognize, a first for Davison Community Schools, is a special group of young adults who chose to participate in the first ever Davison Early College program. The Davison Early College program is designed for students to attend a 13th year and complete up to 60 college credits or an associate's degree. This comes for virtually free before they fully finish their defined high school program. The Davison Early College program is offered in partnership with Mott Community College and currently has over 100 Davison students in grades 10 through 12 participating in the program. Would our Davison Early College students please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Assisting with the conferring this evening will be Superintendent of Davison Community Schools, Mr. Eric Liskey, and our Board of Education members, Mrs. Karen Conover, Mrs. Diane Ryan, Mr. Andrew Hall, Mr. John Hare, Mr. Kim Lindsay, Mr. and Mrs. Kathleen Sudia. We appreciate their help tonight on stage. The senior class roll will be done by assistant principals and my teammates, Julie Malinich and Jerry Pigger. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause, thanking this wonderful group of people for all their contributions in making today's ceremony memorable and successful. Thank you very much. Davison Community Schools is extremely proud of our instrumental music program. Davison High School Band and Orchestra students routinely sweep the highest ratings at local and national competitions and certainly contributes heavily to the overall positive reputation of our high school. This is an extraordinary group of talented young musicians under the leadership and direction of Mr. James C. Schuster. Please welcome the Davison High School Symphonic Band as they perform Dreams and Proclamations by Roland Barrett. Mr. Schuster. Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Symphonic Band. One more applause for our Symphonic Band. Before we proceed with the conferring of diplomas, I would like to take just a minute to thank those in our audience, as well as take an opportunity to briefly address the class of 2017. To the parents and grandparents here today, I'd like to thank you for allowing us, the faculty of Davison Community Schools, to play an active role in your child's education. We sincerely appreciate your trust and support in us. And we recognize the number one influence, however, is you, the parent. It is because of you and the importance you place on education that these young adults sit before you, anxious to walk across the stage to receive their high school diploma. Thank you for your unconditional love and support for your graduate, for never giving up. Class of 2017, this is where you come in. Please join me in a heartfelt round of applause to thank your parents as well as the other special people that have supported you over the years, whether they are here tonight to celebrate with you or not. Please give them a round of applause, thanking them. In just a few moments, each of you will be walking across the stage to receive your high school diploma. Your high school diploma represents 13 years of education, 17 to 18 years of your life you've been working at this. Yes, even when you were a baby. Your parents read to you. And many of your successes and failures are represented in this diploma today. These experiences were not purely in academic form. Your diploma represents the hardships and the joys that you have celebrated. You have so much to be proud of. And know that the people surrounding you in this auditorium tonight are beyond proud of you and all of your individual achievements. My words of advice to you are simple. Be a good person, a person of integrity and good character. At the end of the day, that's what counts. Be honest, be faithful, be respectful, and give back. Remember that kindness matters. There will always be a need for compassion, for kindness, a caring act, a supportive word, and encouragement. Live life with no regrets. Don't be afraid to take calculated risks. Study abroad. Take an adventure you would not have done. Don't be afraid to step out of the box. Embrace all that you have to offer this world. There is absolutely a need for the many talents that you possess. And the best part about it is that each of you are different and have been given different gifts to share with our world. Go out and make a positive difference in the world. Why? Simply said, because you can. Be grateful and appreciate the small things. And remember that everything is attainable. You have to be the one to go after it, and you can. Let this milestone tonight just be the beginning of many great things to come for each and every one of you here. Do not be afraid to fail, as many have mentioned tonight in your ventures, for a failure is a stepping stone to success. Life's greatest successes have come from failures. And my final thoughts to this class are to live your life pursuing your passion in a way that limits regret and share with the world what you have to offer. Take that spirit that you have and use it wisely. There is tremendous in each member of the class of 2017, and I look forward to connecting again and hearing about the roles you are playing in our bright future. Go forth and carry on the great Davison tradition, and remember where you came from, because again, you are Davison made. Before turning over this class to Superintendent Liskey, I would like to recognize our highest performing group of students that have accumulated a 3.9 GPA or better throughout their high school careers. Leading the class of 2017 are two students who have many co-curriculars together and have developed a very great friendship over the years. It is my distinct honor to introduce to you the valedictorian of the class of 2017, sporting an impressive 4.265, Taylor Taju Kashara. Please stand to be recognized. Finishing his high school career with a very close second for salutatorian, Mr. Joseph B. Luna II with a 4.263. Would you please stand to be recognized? Also greatly impressive are the 43 additional students from the class of 2017 that finished with a 3.9 GPA or higher. Would those students please stand to be recognized, 3.9 or higher? You may be seated. It is my honor to present the class of 2017 to Superintendent Liskey and the Board of Education for Davison Community Schools. These candidates for graduation seated before you have met or have exceeded the graduation requirements set forth by Davison Community Schools Board of Education, as well as those by the state of Michigan. Superintendent Liskey and the Board of Education, it is absolutely my privilege tonight to present to you the Davison High School's candidates for graduation for the class of 2017. Superintendent Liskey.
Thank you, Ms. Kinkle. And thank you to the family and friends who are joining us tonight to celebrate the class of 2017. They are seated before us tonight because of your love, your guidance, your support, and of course, their hard work. I also want to thank the many teaching and administrative staff, along with the members of the Board of Education who are assembled behind me this evening. Our staff has a strong passion for each and every one of you and your continued success. They are here this evening witnessing this special graduation ceremony because they care about you. Thank you to the Davison staff and board. Okay, members of the Davison High School class of 2017. I'm going to start that just real quick. Members of the Davison High School class of 2017, you did it. Tonight is a special night, and I'd like to offer my personal congratulations to you, each of you, for what you have accomplished throughout your education as a Davison Cardinal. Your hard work has truly paid off, but it isn't over. I saw a hat in one of the first few rows that talked about 12 years behind me, 8 more to go. There's still more work to do, obviously, and staying focused and working hard will be required to be successful. Something to think about when reflecting on your commitment to working hard is the concept of 212 degrees. At 211 degrees, water is hot. It's really, really hot. But at 212 degrees, water begins to boil, and it produces steam. And we all know that steam can power a locomotive. It's that one extra degree that makes all the difference. Think about that one little degree as a measurement of effort. Giving your best effort all the time to those things that matter most will make you a successful person. Remember, it's just one little degree, but it matters. Whether you will be attending a four-year university, a community college, or some other form of post-high school training, such as a trade school or heading off to the military, always remember, dream big. Dream really big and have a plan of where you want to go. And give that plan the extra degree of effort. We are very proud of each and every one of you. As you leave Davison High School, continue to make us proud. All of us proud. Your family, your friends, and your school. But most importantly, make yourself proud. Find your passion, chase your dreams, and create memories through a lifetime of fun. So now, board members of Davison, it is my great honor to inform you upon the recommendation of Principal Sue Kinkle and the faculty of Davison High School that the students seated before you this evening have indeed fulfilled each and every requirement necessary for graduation from Davison High School. Members of the class of 2017, beginning with the first row, I now invite you to join me on the stage to receive your diplomas.
gentlemen, let's give our class of 2017 a big round of applause, our graduates for the class of 2017. We have one more very important step tonight. I'd like to ask our salutatorian Joseph Luna and our valedictorian Taju Kishar to join me on stage for the turning of the tassels. Please join me on.
DHS class of 2017, it's my pleasure. So now it's the time of the turning of the tassels. There we go. All right.
Class of 2017, there is no doubt you've touched the hearts of many in this room, including my own. I wish you nothing but the best as you move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time as a group, your Davison High School graduating class of 2017, let's give them a big round of applause. Please stand. Graduates, please stand. First row.